Watch This First is the video that you always want to watch if you're seeing something inside of the niches or emails that looks new. Watch This First will detail everything that changes inside the niches or emails so that we don't have to reshoot over 100 videos that instruct you on how to use Email CopyPro. Here are the latest updates. A new feature added as of 4.7.17 is the name a field entry. And what this does is get rid of this entry title. You can name this whatever you want, and the trick that I use is to copy the blue text down here and pop it in there. And now all of your entries, when you pull this down next time, you'll be able to see which entry is which just without having to click inside of it, which is very convenient. That's not the only reason we did this, however. We did this also so that when you go into View All, you can see when you click the pencil icon, rather than saying entry 1, entry 2, entry 3, entry 4, you can see what you've labeled the entry to be. This is why I suggest copying that data. Now, there's another reason that we did this. It's coming up, and that's going to be that you're going to be able to select from the data that you want an email to populate. That's coming up here in a few weeks. Let's say that you're in an email that pulls in data from a niche entry that has 8 or 10 fields, but you only want to change one variable. Let me give you an example. This is pulling in data from my PLF setup and deliverables. That's product launch formula. So this is a product launch email. You'll receive 4 instructional videos and downloadable worksheets designed for marketers. That reads great. But notice how it repeats this here. If you haven't accessed the first in this series of 4 instructional videos and downloadable worksheets yet. Now, grammatically it reads fine, but because this is kind of verbose, I may want to edit this one section, create a new entry for this to be something shorter. But look, when I click on the pencil icon, I'd have to enter all of this data all over again. And some of these niche data are even longer than this. So if I want to use the same exact data, this is very important. In other words, this stays the same, what they're going to learn stays the same, the URL is the same, register free is the same. The only thing I want to change is this. I can hit copy, and it copied everything, and I'll just say version 2, and I will change this to videos and PDFs, something shorter. I'm going to save that to the niche, and then I'm going to use that right here. Now look how much better this reads. You see, you will receive 4 instructional videos and downloadable worksheets. If you haven't accessed the first in the series of 4 videos and PDFs yet, doesn't that read better? So now it doesn't matter how many times I regenerate this. If I regenerate it, it's going to keep all that same data. So all of this data stays the same because we kept it the same. But when you regenerate it, it will pull in only one variation of what I entered. So you'll have to click here if you regenerate it, pop it back in again. So that is the copy feature, and that's how we suggest that you use it. Now let me tell you where I recommend that you don't use this. There's no point in copying this data, because if I copied suffering from emails that go unopened and unread, and I copy it, it's going to put this note here. You've made a copy, you have to save, you have to change something, because if you don't change this and you save it, the email might pull up something to this effect. Are you suffering from emails that go unopened or read? Or even worse, are you suffering from emails that go up and open and read? Because again, Email CopyPro is completely random in the way that it pulls data in. It doesn't know that it's the same data. So you should change this. The only reason I would use that particular feature here is if I'm using suffering again, and that would say suffering from lousy sales or something. I wouldn't use suffering twice, but I'm giving you a tutorial here. So that may be a time to use that copy feature inside the niche.